Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Shai. Double honor to the apostle, that was a great millstone. Peace and blessing to Yakim, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Okay, no matter how enticing it looks, don't fold to the different levels of temptation, because it's a thing to not fall to things that you and this is how Satan maneuvers. He's not going to attack you with things that doesn't bother you, because he knows that that's really not a temptation to you. Okay, he's going to come at you with things that hits close to home. Okay, some men's weakness are women. Some men's weakness is money. Some men's weakness are just certain things, eating certain foods, you know what I'm saying? So when he come at you, he's going to come in your playing field, okay? So where you can engage in them, all right? And this is Matthew chapter 4. I'm going to start at 1 and read 5 and 8. It says, Then Yahushua led up of the spirit unto the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Okay? Verse 5, Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. Again, verse 8, The devil taketh him unto an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. Okay? Now, verse 9, And saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Now, it looked enticing. It looked very enticing. But the thing that really caught my eye is, like, when you read these 3 verses, notice that every time it said he took them higher and higher up. Okay? So Satan, he saw that the normal wouldn't work, so he made it look a little bit more enticing to him. Let me take him a little higher and show him all these trees and all these the people over here and all these rulerships. Okay? Let me show him all these things. Then it said pinnacle. Pinnacle is high. You know what I'm saying? That's the upper echelon of things, the pinnacle. Then it says he took him into exceeding high mountain. So it went higher than the highest. So now you can stand down and look and see all these things, and they look very enticing. So that's how Satan, that's how he maneuvers. Okay, when he comes, he's going to make everything look good. Okay? And then it's going to be more added into that. It's going to be more added into that. But that's not how we maneuver. Okay? Don't fall into temptation just because it looks enticing. And don't fold to the levels, the maximum levels of temptation. It looks real good. It looks like I'm going to benefit and do real well from this right now. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to do that. This is James chapter 1, verse 12 through 15. Now, this is like the process of sin. Okay? It says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Okay? Because we just saw Yahushua be tempted. And we know that we are going to be tempted also. All right? It says, Blessed is the man that endureth. So it's a process of temptation. Okay, so when you endure something, that means you're going to go through different levels of it. On none of those levels are we to fold. We're to maintain and stand our ground, no matter how high and how good it looks. All right? And on the other end of it, not how good it looks, but if it feels like you're being pressured. Even if you're being pressured, you still don't fold. Okay? Like, for example, with the chip. If someone looks like, okay, you take this chip and we won't kill your family, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay? You're supposed to be sold out. All right? Because the temptation of eating that food looks good. Your family, your kids starving, it looks good. But do you sell out? No, you don't. You endure temptation. It says, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So that's when you're tried and you endureth all these temptations, that's when you're going to win that crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. And we love him while keeping his commandments and doing his will. Okay? It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. So he allows Satan to do the tempting. Now your adversary knows who you are. He seeks to devour you, just walking up and down to see what can make you fall. He's very strategic, and you are basically the playbook. You're being studied. Okay? You're being studied, and he's going to come with a strategy to basically try to beat you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you got to be careful on the way you maneuver, because Satan, bro, he's on his game. But we have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so we're not ignorant to his devices, and we know what's going on. Okay? It says, but every man is tempted. So some men, it may be the first level you pass. The second level you pass. Okay, it says when he is drawn away in his own lust. So eventually, if Satan gets to you, you're drawn away. That means your mind is not totally focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? And look what it says. Of his own lust and enticed. Okay? So now you're enticed. You're intrigued. You're on a level now of compromise. Man, that looks good. Now you're on a level of compromise. So now you're compromising with yourself. Then it says, then when lust hath conceived, that's when lust is brought forth, because you're enticed. It bringeth forth sin. Now you go off. Okay, you fall. And when sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. So you get nothing good out of this. So you basically got to stand your ground and endure. No matter how it looks, on the good or the bad. It can look good to where you take a job somewhere you don't need to be, going against the order or whatever, and you fall. Or you could be put in a jam, and you're enticed to do the thing that's going to be right for your family, and you fall. Okay? So just stand your ground, brothers. I hope this was edifying. I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honor to the apostle, and that was a great millstone. Peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.